Welcome to Pull the Pin Already, a place where average veterans come to share their opinions about the world we live in. We can't guarantee you're going to like our opinions.
Oh, I promise you, we can give them to you anyway.
I'm Jim.
I'm Nate. Let's pull the pin already.
Cha-ching. What an intro.
Bada bing,
What an
bada
intro.
boom.
Yeah, again, welcome back, Nate.
Glad
Glad you
to
can
be
make
here.
it back. I know that three-man thing was short-lived, but we enjoyed it.
Is,
Um,
is your Army and Marine mating over there now? And
yeah, they've
share,
fallen out, so I figured if I put them together, they'll stay in a little better.
share the same foxhole.
Yeah, exactly. Just so you notice, there's no room for the Air Force and Navy in there, right? So, yeah, the Navy's going to be on this side pissed off, or this side pissed off that the Army took their Marine,
Oh,
but the Air Force, they're in the back where it's safe. That's where the Air Force is.
in the rear of the gear.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, welcome back to Pull the Pin Ready. I'm sure you're ready for some exciting headlines that we bring here, and we like to expound on and share our wisdom and our opinions on them because our opinions are important. Why are they important, Nate?
You know, we're average veterans. We've been around the world and we know everything.
I didn't forget you that time, Nate. I didn't
Glad you
forget.
remembered me this episode.
Yeah,
I know
well,
Trump was on your mind last time we talked. So,
yeah, yeah. I tell you, that stuff is triggering, man. I just, like I said, I always have problems with, the news to me is nothing new. I don't know if you noticed this. Like, even when we play headlines, they're kind of all the same stuff. You know what I mean? In general, obviously, it's different circumstances with things, but it's all the same stuff. This happened to this person. Oh my God, this happened to this. You know what I mean? It's like all the same stuff. But the piece that I'm fascinated with is the people. And I just don't, I think I referred to certain people as, certain bad people. I just don't understand how hard it is to see that. You know what I mean? I get you could be blinded and biased by things, and hatred. Hatred is the only thing I can think that could blind you. Well, love, I guess. People fall in love and think they're in love and they miss all these signs. So I guess our emotions can get in the way. And I'm not immune to that too. So I really don't have hatred toward these people. It's more fear and disgust, I mean, it's more like how I just don't understand. I don't understand people. Maybe it's because I'm not that way. I just don't understand how you can justify. Like, I even went to war. I trained to go to war, and I was prepared to kill people to defend my life and my country. But to defend my life and my country, I didn't just randomly pick up a gun, pick a group of people I don't like, and go to war with them. You know what I mean? Like that.
yeah, yep.
It just seems weird to me that they all of a sudden don't like Donald Trump, which I understand they could have their reasons, and I'm not even going to argue with those reasons because, sure, I have lots of reasons I don't like a lot of people, but I just don't understand how you think justifying murder or wishing somebody got killed, or I don't understand how that's okay with you.
It's not
Now,
okay with me. It's not okay with me.
well, I just mean in general, like, because I think think about it. Like, say somebody, did the big R word to your daughter. Like, that would probably fill me with enough rage to want to kill somebody.
Very well.
And I understand that, but that doesn't make it right. That doesn't mean I don't have to wrestle with that and to try to forgive myself or overcome that. You know what I mean? I couldn't blatantly just post nonchalant about, oh, this guy needs to this. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't do that. It would be an internal rage, and I would enact on it and probably struggle with it. I mean, even the truth about that, you were in law enforcement. I don't think you've ever shot anybody, have you?
Not in law enforcement, no.
Well, but I mean, like, I've had people down the end of my barrel, but I don't know how I can live with that, even if they're bad people. Like, minus saving a life, where you can flip the focus into like, hey, I saved this person from this evil. I don't revel in destroying evil. Like, that's just not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not. If I did, I'd run around as a vigilante and just start, going down the list because
But you
there's
know
a
what we're
lot
here
of
for?
evil people.
You know what we're
Huh?
here for? We're here for
Yeah, headlines.
headlines.
All right,
We're
let's
here
do
for
that.
headlines.
All right, let me get off my soapbox and talk about some headlines. James Comer on possible shadow government. We're looking into who is really calling the shots under Biden.
Who's James Comer? What side's he on?
I think he's Republican side. Yeah, he's the one that's been
Oh.
trying to uncover a lot of stuff. But I mean, in the end, doesn't matter. I
No,
mean,
no, it don't
well, I
matter.
guess it does matter because you wouldn't see a Democrat doing this, right?
That's what I was trying to figure
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
So that's why that answered your own question. There's no, even if Biden himself said it, it'd be something. Well, what's the catch? you know, it's like a
Well,
salesman. You're like, well, what are you trying to get me on here?
this is what you always been preaching. You've been preaching Biden's not run the country. Someone else is for him.
And then that's the part that frustrates me. It's not that, hey, Biden's not running the country. We all knew that. Most sane people knew that. It's that people are trying to pretend they just figured it out. Like, really? You just figured it out? And you don't think you're part of the problem? Like, I mean, if I've been doing something, it's funny because I asked you earlier um, about the word forward,
Forward.
because we're amongst a little bit more Southern people here, and they make fun of us, me and my children included, for saying the word forward because we don't pronounce the R for some reason. I don't know why. I guess that's a Northern thing or slang. I don't know what it is, but you know, I understand that. But the difference being is I know I'm not saying it right. I'm just saying it the way I've always said it. You know what I mean? So,
You're saying it with your accent. It is right.
right. But I know if you spell it forward, in the army, they said forward, forward. They said all
Well,
kinds of ways. Yeah.
I had the problem. It's WARD, so is it Ward, not Ward? For
Right.
Ward? For Ward?
Right. So at the end of the day, I can even at least accept I'm wrong. So like these guys are they're clowns. I mean, they're jokes. It's not even real. I can't even take them serious anymore. Everybody knows but Biden's not running this country. The man can't pull up his pants. He can't hold his poop in. He's not running this country. So why now are we like, oh my God, who is really calling the shots? The same people have been calling the shots for the last 12 presidents. Presidents don't matter. They get in there, they're the public eye. The only president that ever mattered was Donald Trump, and that's because he didn't go along with the people who were calling the shots.
Hmm.
That's the only thing. And that's why I said, you people that hate Donald Trump, you are the most ignorant anti American people I know. I don't care if it's Donald Trump or Donald Duck. The point is, he's exposing the corruption that has kept this country where it's been for years. Now, you can argue it's been in a good place because we're a very rich country. But all the crap that you lefties want, all the free health care, the basic income, we could probably have it if it wasn't for this corruption. We could probably have enough money to give everybody free health care. We could probably have enough money if we stop sending it to every other country that takes our money and does nothing for us, just
What?
like this next headline. Biden sends another 100 million to Palestinians. Why? We can't afford our own damn groceries. What are we doing? Propping up the Palestinians so they can just come over here and then make this their country? Like, what the hell are we doing?
Palestine's the new Ukraine. We gotta send our money somewhere. We can't keep it in house. We gotta send it somewhere for some reason. I
Yeah,
don't know why.
but we're just printing it anyway. So does it really even freaking matter? It's not even good for anything anymore.
All they're doing is sending it to Palestine, and they're just buying stuff that we're making and giving us the money right back. So it's just a big old
What would
scheme.
Palestinians be buying?
I have no idea. Food
What
and
would they be buying?
water,
Food and water? They're
our
going to buy
expense,
our food and water?
our expensive groceries that we
So why
can't
don't we
afford
just
right
send them
now.
food and water? You know what I
Well,
mean? Why don't we send them all the expired MREs?
they don't expire.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, they do.
I bet, I
They
bet
got a
they
5 year shelf life, way shorter than most food.
do.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand all these sniveling, crying people who act like, life is so fair and all this stuff. Look, if you want to help the Palestinians, go to Palestinian territory, whatever they call it, because there's no country of Palestine. Go to their territory
What
and
country is it
go
then?
help them.
What
Huh?
country is it then?
It's the Gaza Strip. I think it's part of Israel.
They just occupy it?
Yeah. I
Oh.
think they've given them that piece of land. I think all that land came from Israel. They just gave it to them. Or there's the argument that Palestinians owned Israel, but only after they took them and kicked out Israel. So Israel came, took their land back, and now they're mad because they want to take their land back. So go ahead, take your land back. That's what it's all about. I'm not mad you take your land back, but somebody seems to think we need to keep Israel as it is. And if you think you don't, then you go and fight Israel. And we don't mean, like, at the end of the day, it's not my problem. We live here in America.
Well, what is your problem? Because that's 100 million of our tax dollars going
Well,
overseas,
now
whatever
it's
they
my
wrong.
problem. Yeah, now it's my problem. But what about America? What about the people who can't afford groceries right now?
It don't
We're
matter.
feeding their world. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So, like, I don't bash liberals because they've got bad ideas all the time. Like, they have good intentions. I bash them because they're so stupid. They don't even realize. I said stupid. I'm
Yeah,
doing it
there you
again.
go.
They're so ignorant that they don't even realize that they can't ever get what they want because they support the very people that keep taking it from them. Now, don't get
Hmm.
me wrong. Republicans, Democrats, they're all the same. They
They're all
all
crooked.
take, they just
Yeah.
take in different ways. the Democrats, I've said this before, the Democrats take with their little social programs and they pay these nonprofits and everybody gets rich from within the struggles of America. And then Republicans come in and start a war. And then we pay all the people who make missiles and tanks and they get rich. And it's the same crap. But yet you people still get on there and you fight between each other. Oh, it's a black and white. Oh, you're racist, you're sexist, you're gender, you're this, you're that. The whole time ignoring the very people who are stealing from you,
And the
who are
ones
starting these fights.
exactly, I was going to say the exact same thing. The ones that are put in your mind that it's against one another, when it really should be against government.
And even at that, like I don't hate you liberals. I just wish you'd wake the hell up. I don't care about your gender fight, your gender equality crap.
Well, they
If
do.
you if
They
you
do.
take great if you take all the money back from the corrupt people that are they're stealing it and giving it to other people and robbing it from you, then you could have your own little gender island. I mean, we could just give Hawaii over and call it like
Why?
homophobia or something.
That's you. That's you. Why Hawaii though?
I don't know because it's an island, dude. It's
Oh,
the only island I can think of that we own. I mean, that we legitimately have as a state.
that state. We have a lot of territories.
Yeah, we got territories we can give them, but you know what I mean. At the end of the day, the point I'm saying is we could compromise and give everybody what they wanted if we stop letting these people steal from us. It's ridiculous. Anyway, we can go on.
Oh, you're just on a roll about these people.
Oh yeah, drag queen teacher resigns after their podcast exposed by libs of TikTok. Why did they resign, Nate?
I have no idea. I mean, if
Why would you resign? Let's say you were that drag queen teacher. Why would you resign?
I won, if was I doing it at school? What was I doing
Well,
on my own time on the weekend on Saturday at a drag show?
so why would you resign?
No,
If you were
no,
doing something right, something admirable, something for the cause and advancement of the American people and society, why would you resign?
I won.
Yeah. What? Maybe you couldn't handle the pressure. Maybe it's stress causing health problems. You might resign.
Maybe.
But you probably got a big backing, right? People support you because it's right. I don't know. Just curious, but I'm glad she resigned.
No, I
Or
don't see a problem. I don't see a
whatever it
problem.
is.
I don't see a problem with being a drag queen on the side if you want to be a drag queen. Who cares? Whatever. Make yourself happy. Make yourself fun. It's not my
Oh yeah,
backyard. It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
my
In your
house.
own business, right? Yeah.
I
If
don't
it's your
care.
own time, I
But
don't
not,
know all the
not
details
if
of
you,
this.
yeah, I mean, but if you're doing it at school and
But how do you feel about this? Like, what if we got on here and we started, doing advertising something, that wasn't proper? Like,
like what?
should this be held against us?
What are we gonna advertise?
I don't know. Maybe you wore the dress you always wanted. You showed me you wanted to wear. Like
Why is
maybe
that?
you're wearing it,
Why is it improper to advertise if it's my own time and I'm doing it my own free will?
right? And nobody has to watch you.
No,
It's not like you're forcing it down people's throat, right?
no. I
Yeah,
mean,
like
I don't know why you always want me to put it on for you, but whatever.
well, I guess the question, yeah, it's taking it off that you enjoy, right?
Uh,
So the question I'm asking, like, is at the end of the day, when are you a representation of your employment? Like you're as a government worker, you can't join political groups, all this stuff like that.
you can.
You can.
Yeah,
Well,
you
there's
just
stuff
can't.
you can't do,
Yeah, you can't.
right? You can't attend a rally or some
Yeah, you
crazy
can.
stuff.
You can do all that stuff. You just can't do it while you're at work. I
Oh,
can't
really?
actively go to work and it's called the Hatch Act. Can't go down there and say, "Let's go. You need to be Republican. You need to vote Republican." I can't do all that. Or you need to be
All
a
right.
Democrat. Let's go vote Democrat. But my own time, I can go to a Trump rally. I can go to a Biden rally. I can go to whatever I want to on my own time.
Right. Well, even if you whether you could or not, it'd be said that'd be rules set by the department you work for.
Right.
No different than athletes. Like I remember the Devils, longtime Devil fan here. They always had this atmosphere. You showed up in a suit and your clean cut hair. You
Devils
always
did?
did that. Oh yeah,
They
they were
they still have it.
professional. Huh?
They still have it. I know the Yankees are a clean cut
I don't
baseball
know if
team.
they still have it.
You can't have no facial hair or any of that. You got to be clean cut
Yeah.
to be a Yankee.
Yeah. And to me, there's nothing wrong with that because you're agreeing if you play for this team, you're going to abide by the rules.
Well, the problem is when I'm traded to that team, I didn't volunteer to go play for that team. You know what I mean?
Well, then you could always decline and go somewhere else. Demand a trade.
I don't think you can go somewhere else. You can just
Oh, you
quit.
can demand a trade. Well,
You
you
can
can
just
quit.
quit.
Well, whatever you want to do, you still have an option. You
Quit
still have a
baseball.
choice.
Quit your job,
That's
basically.
that's the point. The point is you have a choice. You may not like the choice that you got, but you got a
Yeah.
choice. Even like I talk about all these people with the vaccine. I sympathize with your cause and your reasoning. I got to feed my family, so I took the shot to go to get a government job because they were making it mandatory. Whatever. I sympathize with your plight because that's a tough decision. I don't know if I'd make that. I don't know. But at the end of the day, you had a choice. You could have took your chances outside, said no, took your chances, and hoped that there was something else out there you can get. You
Yep.
had a choice. So a mandate is not a choice. But if you don't want to fall into that mandate, you just find another job. So I don't entirely blame all these people. I don't have the total sympathy for these government workers that sucked it up and took the shot.
Someone's got to find out a job, right?
Yeah. I mean, whatever. And considering
Another
that
job.
you're not going to have a job, Biden's State Department admits the great replacement is no conspiracy theory.
So
Imagine that.
that means it's true, or the great replacement isn't happening.
Right. I don't know, dude. At the end of the day, like but this is the point, man. It's like all the conspiracies coming through. It's convenient for the hour. And then all of a sudden, as things go on, time goes by, then, oh, yeah, we can admit it. And what puzzles me is at the end of the day, I know we've talked about this before, dude, because I just don't get it. If your wife were to continue to lie to you over 2 years, 3 years, however long she continued to lie, at what point do you just be like, hey, are we really married? Like,
Right. But I don't understand this habit. If no one ran against him, he got the votes in all the states to be the nominee, and then your party doesn't nominate you. Do we got to go back through another vote? Or can we just play,
well,
oh, we want Jim? Like
wait a
what?
minute though.
Like
Like,
what if John, Jacob, or Johnny wanted it too?
well, I told you they're in a bad position because number one, if they don't think he's competent to run again, then how is he still running the country?
Ooh.
They need to get him out right now if he's not competent. So that's why they're trying to tiptoe and delay this crap. They don't realize the corner they just backed themselves in. If you don't think he's competent enough to run an election for another term, now maybe you could say he ain't gonna last that term, but are you saying right now he can't run an election and win the presidency? Well, then he's not competent to run the country. So they've got a dilemma right now, and they're trying to ignore it or act or try to pretend. And then again, all these stupid, all these sheeple that run around and be like, "Oh, I'm a Democrat anyway. I'm going to vote for him." And then they wonder why the country's a mess. Because it's the Republicans that are making it a mess. I get it
Ooh,
now.
how
I
would
get
that
it.
work? They don't nominate him, and they nominate somebody else, but then he gets all the write-ins. Ooh.
Right. That wouldn't happen. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just. I don't know, man. I don't want to think people are this stupid. They might just be. This place might just be overrun with evil, and that's just that simple. It's just that simple. Maybe there's just so much evil in this world, that people wishing a presidential candidate were dead, and people celebrating. I mean, just it's just evil to me, like evil. I mean, when Saddam Hussein or Osama bin Laden was taken out, I think a lot of people celebrated. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, maybe I was even one of them. But I'm telling you, I'm wrong. I was wrong. Now, if you caught him, sure, celebrate that. You caught him. And he gets to pay the consequence. He gets due process, gets to pay the consequence of his actions.
We did
But
catch.
you also,
We did
what's
catch
that?
Saddam. We did catch Saddam Hussein.
Right. Well, I meant Osama. That's what I was talking about.
Oh,
Because we killed him in place, didn't we?
killed it. Well, yeah, he didn't get a trial.
Right.
He got
So,
a speedy trial.
and that's my point. And then you can argue as a liberal, right? If you were actually doing what your liberal stuff tells you to do, you can argue, well, what makes him wrong? He might have been doing what was right for his country, and we're wrong. So what makes him wrong? Why doesn't this guy deserve a fair trial or fair, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's just like police work. You stop the threat. You're not killing bad guys. You're stopping the threat and hoping to later convince this guy that what he was doing was wrong. You know what I mean? But when you look at it like I'm going to kill a bad guy or I'm going to take down this dictator or whatever, you're wrong, dude. You're just wrong. It's just that simple. And that's what happens when we have a godless society, a bunch of people running around thinking they're gods and their rules matter. Hell, my opinions don't even matter. So that's why we're going to end them right here. So that is all the time we're going to put in this one. But I appreciate you, Nate. As always, running the behind the scenes stuff is usually helpful. I can't tell you how much I miss that when you're not here. So thanks, all you out there, Christine, Johnny. I always got to give them shout outs because I think they're the only ones watching. But we appreciate it. We appreciate all your comments, shares, likes, all that stuff. Even if you're just passing through and you don't like us, give us a boost. Maybe get in here and get involved and change what we got to do. That's we're here for ourselves first, right? Isn't that the truth? We're here for ourselves first.
Probably.
And then we're here for you. But that doesn't mean we couldn't, if you get on the show, we can definitely accommodate for you. I'm making this outro way too long. And until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin ready. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.